Hello. Today we are with an yet another episode. Don't know the episode number with another guest at our Procast studio. That's Mamta for us, and we are going to have lots of Panipuri talks today. Hello, Mamta. How are you doing?
I'm good, Marina. How about you?
All good. For our audience, please introduce yourself.
Hi, everybody. My name is Mamta Keswani. I'm someone who loves to spread love and compassion to people.
In short and sweet, huh?
Short and sweet.
Okay. What do you do for your business? How do
I,
you get the money to to spread love and happiness?
well, to keep it short and sweet, I mean, here I cannot keep it short and sweet. It's been a long journey. It's 24 years precisely. So there you count my age. And being somebody who was scared of people, and that's why I loved books. I think I was scared of cockroaches and people equally.
Okay.
And people seemed a little confusing. And that's why I just hid myself behind books and then behind computers. So that's where my journey had started with software programming at the age of 17. And I was too happy with that until I realized at the age of 20 that to live in this world, you have to live with people. And that's where I got into people's business. So the last 24 years has been a journey of started with neurolinguistics programming coaching to corporates. I did that for 3 years, and it was a great thing because I was one of the youngest trainers in Asia, and eventually didn't feel that I could see the transition of people grow. And that's when I got into network marketing, a business to help people stand on their own feet. It helped me stand on my own feet, and that took me to travel across the world and build networks and leadership bases. And about 4 years ago, I got interested in now moving to the globe. And that's why my hashtag Insta handle you'll find as Global Mamta.
Okay.
And that's what I am, building a couple of verticals of businesses, helping companies, individuals, small, medium enterprises go global and unleash their potential.
Fantastic. The thing about Mamta, about you is, even during our Pani Puri conversation, I say Pani Puri and again is because I want her to invite me again. That's why. You were an introvert. That is
Yes,
how it was. And
totally.
then you understood to be out there in this world. How did that transition really happen for you?
Okay, so that's going a little bit personal, and I would like to share it.
Yes, if you don't mind.
Oh, definitely, definitely, because I believe there are many more Mamtas out there.
Yes.
Uh, we are two sisters, okay? And amongst all my uncles and aunts, they all have sons, right?
Yeah.
So I come from an Indian family where having a son is very important, is the one who's going to take your legacy forward. And I mean, my dad is also part of the same family, so he always wanted a son. And unfortunately, we were just two daughters. And it kept seeping in, seeping in, seeping in. And by the age of 14, 15, it became more of a rebel inside, right? So I had this feeling that I'm not good enough for my parents. And that's what I think made me make more introvert. So I wanted to excel in studies.
Okay.
So I felt if a son can excel in business, okay, I can excel in studies.
Okay.
And that's why I wanted to become a nerd. I became a nerd. I was a bookworm, okay. And yes, so that was my way of giving pride to my parents. Until and unless at the age of 21, I attended a life changing experience training seminar, which uh, made me realize that I am no less than a son,
Absolutely.
right? And I just need the determination. Will was there. I need a determination and a platform, right, to go all out. And that's where at the age of 20, I, s- I mean, thanks to my mentors, I was very fortunate to find people who were there to walk me and to guide me through. And they pushed me to my limits, pushed me, right? And my first salary was 3,500 rupees. And the expense to go to work was about 6,000 rupees.
That's an Indian story, right?
Indian story, totally. And then my dad used to tell me, why do you even take the salary? Give it back to them. But that's where I just pushed myself. So I came from a family which gave me too much comfort. Okay. Eventually, for my dad, we are three women in the house and we are his queens, we are his priority. Right. So I came from a family that I don't need to ask, I just look and it's given. And that's where I realized this attitude of my parents, of my father especially, is not going to help me grow anywhere in life. Right? And I still remember I used to work for this training company, and my boss, she used to conduct workshops, right? So this was my month two, and she told a group of 45 students in in one of the management colleges in Bombay. I fail to remember the name. And she says, she's my assistant and maybe she won't be there next month. I mean, I was like, wow, this is the way of firing in public.
Okay.
And that day she shared something so strong with the students over there. That pressure is so important in life. Talking about pani puri, the aloo makes the pani puri so yum, right? If
Yeah.
I don't put aloo in the puri with the pani, it's a missing component.
Yeah.
So she said potatoes, right? Need a pressure cooker whistle, right? To cook them,
Yeah.
to transform them. So if you don't have pressure in your life, you are never going to grow. Never. And I walked out that day and I told her, ma'am, I don't have pressure in my life, right? For the fact that if a salary is 3,500 and you're spending 200 rupees on auto rickshaw every day and coming to work, what's the point that you're proving, right? That you are, where is your opportunity for growth, right? So I told her that I don't have any pressure in life. So she says, that's exactly what I meant inside, that you are never going to grow.
Grow.
I had not completed 21. I was assistant of a world renowned trainer in a management institute in Mumbai. And that was the most devastating day of my life. Okay. I remember the institute is in Bandra East. I was driving back. I lived in Malad. And the whole auto rickshaw journey, there was rains outside and rains on my face.
Oh my God.
I was like, what is it? And the night I sent her a message and I asked her, but I really need to grow. So she said, create artificial pressure.
Okay. But I completely believe that pressure is what creates the best version of ourselves. And in my life, I got to get pressure back from my childhood days itself. And I think that is one of the reasons also that I came to know my responsibilities way too sooner and I could grasp with it. But pressure is something that if you don't have it at the right time, it will make you lazy and the brain gets stopped.
Totally, that this is a tool that we have received,
Yes.
right? So something that is between these 6 inches needs
Yeah.
to be used.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Now, I like there are two things we talk about, Pani Puri and travel. How many countries have you traveled?
So the last I had counted was 59,
Okay.
but I think a couple of more have been added. So, and then from tomorrow, I'm on a road trip in Europe.
Again.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I guess let's finish August, then I could give you my renewed count. I'm hoping to get into 70.
Okay, that's fantastic. That's fantastic. And what did you learn during these travels and one of your favorite destinations that you would like to go back again and again?
So yes, there are a couple of cities that I keep going back again and again. I mean, I just came back from Bangkok yesterday and I'm already planning when do I go next, but that's not the thing. Well, two favorite cities of mine that I always would love to go back and keep going back is New York and London.
Okay.
And but so I would like to just share with you last 10 days of my life.
Yes,
Okay.
please.
So I attended a boot camp, okay, in a jungle military camp on the outskirts of Bangkok in a place called Kanchanaburi in Thailand. It's about 4 hours away from Bangkok, okay? And this boot camp is attended by 100 top performing sales leaders. And I mean, their average earnings would be about 20 to $30,000 a month, and it's a voluntary camp. You come and pay for it, right? It's expensive. You come
Yeah.
and pay for it, and it's only to challenge your limits again, right? As we were talking about, pressure is very important. We all remember of pressure in our starting days,
Yeah.
right? And then we get so caught up with challenges which life throws at us every single day, right? And we are talking about embracing challenges, building the strength, and how much can we do to refuel ourselves on a daily basis? Marina, you have 24 hours. I have 24 hours.
Yeah.
I'm just amazed by the kind of things you do, right? But always 24 hours is so less.
So less.
I mean, given a choice to you and me, we would love the day to be 27. And then let's ask a honest question. Would we still want more time?
100%.
So where does the time come to sharpen our axe?
Yeah.
We are just so busy cutting trees. An analogy of, right?
Yeah.
So these top earners and performers and super successful people, they take back time and they are pushed to limits. Okay. So last 10 days, I mean, I have become a person who loves my comforts. Wants, because I feel I have worked for it,
Yes.
right? I totally deserve it,
Yeah.
right? So if I want my coffee to be served in this particular manner, right, this particular way, it's because I deserve it. I want it, right?
Yeah.
I walk into this Michelin star restaurant and I need my pasta sauce to be exactly like this, right?
Yeah.
I walk into this Japanese Peruvian restaurant and I ask for my salmon teriyaki, and it has to be better than the salmon teriyaki that I make at home, right? So this is what I had become in the last 3 years, right?
Okay.
Coming back to Pani Puri, I never enjoyed cooking, okay? I've got married to a guy who's a foodie to another level, right? And we all went through pandemic, and a lot of us became quarantine chefs, right? And I live, my family now, they all are foodies to a certain standards, and that's what had made me, okay? It reached to a point, honestly saying, my husband never wanted to go to a fine dining restaurant with me. He dreaded that today what is going to be her problem. Right? And I call that being perfectionist. Now, today, women like you and me, wouldn't we love being perfectionists?
Yes.
I mean, that's what we aim and desire for. Okay? And that's who I had become. Somewhere deep down, I was not liking that part of myself. Right?
Because it becomes like a complaint form, right? After for the front person.
For the front
For
person.
us, it is about perfectionism, but whoever is accompanying us, for them, it's like,
And then it
Picky.
affects
yeah,
in our work,
Yeah.
right? Our standards of expectation from everyone is very difficult.
Yes.
It becomes very difficult for our employees,
absolutely. Yeah.
for our teams, right? For the people whom we work with, right?
Yeah.
So ultimately, deep down, as much as everybody is respecting us or saying, oh, what your standards,
Yeah.
right? We're a difficult person to be around with.
Absolutely. Yes.
Yeah. And I mean, I can so clearly say it because this is what I've pinpointed in myself. And the last 10 days, I was seeing, I mean, it was a great experience of being around with people from different countries. There are people from Russia, from Siberia, from Ivory Coast, from about 12 different countries of Africa, from India, and yeah, primarily from Morocco, the MENA region. A lot of people were there. And so I was the first co-facilitator for the camp. So my accommodation was a little better. It was a 10 by 10 room.
Okay.
Okay, I was sleeping on the floor.
Okay.
The only thing that was there was a charging station. Okay. Thankfully, an air conditioner
okay.
and a bathroom where only I could stand.
A very small one.
You know, I had to squeeze myself, get into the door,
Yeah.
right? So either the door is open and nobody can stand, or I can be. So that was it, right?
Okay.
And I took a video and I sent it to my husband. And he was shocked how this woman's going to survive, with her standards of this. And the 10 days, this was completely empty. I had no choice. I had nowhere to go to. I had no transport to go back to Bangkok and check into a nice hotel.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I was there by choice. There were people who were making their own food. So we set up the fire. We cooked our own 3 meals of the day, right?
Yeah.
We slept. The participants were sleeping on a tent in a sleeping bag in a jungle, right? And we gave them a packet of white powder. So they would be wondering, what is this?
Yeah.
Right? It was sulfur powder to keep snakes away.
Oh my God. No wonder you were the person who were going to tell me the snake story. Believe me, last week I got a dream, like I got up with a dream with regards to the snake. And today before the session you showed me the photo and I'm like, okay, this was the person I'm going to meet this week.
So yes, I totally feel that a human mind can be tested as much as we can. I mean, right now the Olympics are going on. We are celebrating. We are commemorating small joys. I mean,
Yeah.
great joys. Even a bronze is being such an
Yes.
amount of pride for both UAE as well as India, the country that we come from. Right?
Yeah.
19-year-olds, 17-year-olds, right, are achieving this victory.
Yes.
It's only when we are pushed to our limits.
That's absolutely right. Absolutely right. So tell me, you do these crazy things. What inspires you, or who is your inspiration that you look up to?
So I had shared that with you last time also. Is one of my all-time inspirations is Oprah Winfrey. Talking about inspiration, okay, Celine Dion, clinically proven that having this rare disease of hers,
Yeah.
she won't be able to sing. Okay, and ever since I had heard that news a couple of years, and I was like, gone is the chance of seeing her again perform. Right? And someone like her, she came up and she said that you are going to see me back. And 2 days later, she performs at the opening ceremony of the Olympic Games in Paris. So there is, now either we can live life as a normal person, right? And there are few top 1%ers who live in. So I'm fortunate to be pushed by mentors, right? As I said, my first boss, Miss Priya Kumar, she's a world-renowned a bestseller for books. I mean, I highly recommend people to read her books
Okay.
and get inspired. So I was fortunate to have her in my life. My mother, on the other hand, is a lady who pushes herself constantly to live her dreams. Constantly. So one of her dreams was to go for a hot air balloon ride.
Okay.
And she wasn't allowed because she's overweight. Okay. And she was about 20 kilos overweight, 15 kilos overweight beyond the specific weight limit to get on a hot air balloon ride. And she's 65. I told her it's okay, give it up. Right. And she has a lot of health issues. She said, no, a hot air balloon needs to be ticked. So she herself has a bucket list. She's 69 now.
Okay.
And she makes sure. So every year she has a bucket list of the things she wants to do and accomplish. And with all her health issues, she went for a weight loss program.
Okay.
Okay. And she became that weight. So the allowed limit was 85 kilos. She became 83. And she says, now stop me. So she was 104. Yeah, she lost 21 kilos weight. Right? She became 83 and she said, now.
And at what age she did the hot air balloon?
She hasn't yet done it.
Okay, she will
because
be.
she made a trip to Cappadocia to do a hot air balloon ride. And unfortunately, due to weather conditions, it didn't happen.
Yeah.
But the joy that she had,
Yes.
she was 65 when she lost this 21 kilos weight. Okay. So I don't have to go far. I have people who constantly push themselves so much. So there is no joy for me being complacent. Right? And then on a personal basis, I do a practice called Sphere of Silence every morning. It's a
Okay.
1 hour regime of self introspection.
Okay.
And I follow that to see that the person who I see in the mirror on a daily basis has some improvement. And yeah, for the last 6 months, I could feel the pace too slow. It's getting too comfortable. And that's when I decided I need to get up and push myself again.
Fantastic. So you do this. You have gone to Thailand to get yourself a boot camp and get yourself. So what are we expecting Mamta to do in the next 6 months?
So, next 6 months is all about delivering and results.
Okay.
That's very, very important, right? Because what I believe is when you're acquiring a skill, if something's not been delivered, I mean, what is it being done out of, right?
Yeah.
So, what's the point of the Almighty giving you another day to be alive, right? To go out and experience this. So I could either use the boot camp as an experience to share with you all and do nothing about it, or do something. So I'm starting up 3 different business verticals
Okay.
to take them to another level. Is
Is the plan.
is the plan.
Fantastic. Now, we all know as women, we do multiple roles, and sometimes we don't feel like doing some of the roles. So, how do you balance your personal life and your professional life?
Well, I've been very fortunate to have a husband who has been very, very supportive, as well as my parents,
Yeah.
my in-laws who I live with. So they are super supportive. So I mean, that is grace. That there's some things which the human being must do and can do, but there is something that comes only from him, and that is grace.
Yeah.
So that is I'm very grateful for. In terms of talking about balancing professional and personal life, is when I see a lot of women who feel their dreams are theirs, right? Living an inclusive life is very important, I feel. Inclusive life is where I share my dreams for the betterment of my family, right? So my husband has his dreams, I have my dreams, and then we come in together where we both could complement each other for their growth, right? So it's not me, myself, and Irene,
Yeah.
right? Or me, myself, and Mamta, right? So we believe, both of us, we believe in a principle. It's not about me, it's about we.
So, let me ask you this. Let's go on the travel topic back again. There are you both travel together and you travel solo. Has it happened your husband has traveled solo?
Our husband has traveled solo for very small business trips.
Okay.
Okay, not as long as mine. Okay.
Yeah. Not like an explore the country or explore the city kind of thing.
Not yet. Okay. Though when we started our relationship,
Yeah.
it was very clear for both of us that we are going to have our trips, and then I'm going to continue having my solo trips, and he will continue having his boy trips.
Yeah.
Right. So, of course, the COVID came in 2.5 years of our married life went into that. We got married recently, just before COVID.
Yeah.
So that opportunity hasn't come yet. But would I be happy when my husband goes for his boys' trips? Oh, definitely yes. Why not? Right? Because I believe we all complement each other, and we help. We can create what I ask for. I must be willing to give first.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes,
So yes,
absolutely.
he did enjoy the one cricket match game, I think. I can't
Okay.
remember which one. Yeah, but yes,
Yeah, we know about his
passion for cricket.
passion for cricket
Yes.
and
Yeah.
how you are bored of it.
Oh,
Kind of, kind
yeah,
of. She doesn't want to declare it on the camera.
totally. I did encourage him to start his podcast channel, though.
Yes, that's
I'll keep
fantastic.
pushing him. Yes.
I'm going to ask my team to get in touch with him.
Yes,
So we
yes.
get some cricket lovers. Please hang in there. We would like
Yeah.
to know your reviews and your views.
Rajesh and Twiga.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, one question is, what is something that has happened during your work day and that had made you laugh, or one of the funniest moments, like, you could literally laugh about it? It was pressure to do, and then you could literally laugh about it.
Well, knowing my personality, I can never laugh at pressure moments.
Okay.
Okay, never. That's never me. And I guess that's the one thing I want to change in myself.
Okay.
Yeah. But on the other hand, my husband brings that element in me. He can laugh at things that happened, right?
Okay.
Or screw ups that happened.
Okay.
So yes, the last 10 days, this was one of the things I put it in my things to change that I would really laugh about. Okay, but I learned that from you though. During your recordings,
Yeah.
right? When something goes wrong, you laugh about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the
So
attention goes to the laughter, not to something that has gone wrong.
yeah, so that's pretty interesting, and I'm going to learn that from you.
Thank you. Thank you. If you are ever given a power to change one thing in your life, what it would be? And I want to tweak the question a little bit more, is one thing that you would like to change in the society as well. First for yourself and then for the society.
So these days, parents, okay, now this is a topic that
Okay, I'm very interested
yeah.
now.
So these days, parents, I come from a generation where I was pushed. Okay, my parents never gave in into my desires. Okay, I come from a time of where there was perform and be rewarded,
Yes.
right, or not perform and be punished, right? And I'm proud of that being given to me, right? Well, these days, the Gen Zs and the Alphas, they don't believe in being performed and rewarded. Well, and also, when we go to therapists today, right, they also talk about, yes, you were performed and being punished, and that's the thing that has groomed us to what we are, right? And a lot of self help. I do come from the self help industry myself, but that's where the blame is given to the parents, right, of the upbringing. What I see in today's parents, right, a lot of them, uh, given there's no pressure given to the children. Yeah, and that makes me fear of what the next generation will come to.
Yeah.
So that is the
But
only
there
one
are two
thing.
ways of looking at the
Yes,
same thing,
exactly.
right? Because now when we talk about money, uh, for when I was growing up, the topic about money was someone in our family was rich and we were in the lower middle class
Right.
or the lower, poorer region,
Yeah.
because he has money, that's why he has attitude, because he stays like this, that's why this is there. So we took up money as a wrong thing to have, but money is what is going to get you the travel, the aims, aspiration.
Totally.
Today iPhone 15 is there in a 14-year-old kid's hand.
Yes.
Yeah. But back then, even to think about a phone was like, that is
Totally.
not a poor person's, middle class family people will not do
Right.
that.
Right.
It's more for the rich. Then people will say, this person doesn't know how to
Right.
live the life, but he has this phone.
Correct.
So that's one thing. And right now, the children are accessible to anything and everything. So again, there are good and bad
For
each part.
everything, yes.
Some people will use those resources and make life out of it, and some people might not.
Yeah.
So I think during our time, the pressure that everything we had to hard earn it.
Yes.
Even basic things like a
Even a
phone.
good, nice compass box in school.
So true.
Yeah.
So true.
Yeah.
I remember me robbing the money from my dad's pocket or my mama's pocket and then going and buying those color pencils because I saw someone else
Let's have it.
had it before,
Yeah.
and the girl was showing off as much as possible.
Yeah.
So yes, that's what I will say.
Yeah. So
overall?
that one thing that I feel that, well, I'm not a parent yet, so
Yeah.
I wouldn't. Someone may say, "Who are you to say this?"
Yeah.
Right? And they say, "Oh, when you become a parent, you will come to know."
Yeah.
But yes, me and my husband, we both believe in the philosophy that, and yes, we are very fortunate to have friends and family also who work on believing in giving that sense of discipline to the children and not making them entitled. Unfortunately, the world today sees a lot of entitlement at that age, but I guess life. It's its own teacher,
Yeah.
right? And as you said, that life doesn't come in black and white; it comes in shades of gray.
Yes.
So yes, and life is a great teacher itself. So hoping for a peaceful world, hoping for a generation that takes up much more responsibility. And yes, the world has gotten much, much better from what it was.
Yeah.
There are tools, there are performances. We see a lot of, we live in a fortunate country which is promoting Emiratization, women in work. We go to government offices, we see a lot of women working over there, right? And I'm sure they also come from fortunate backgrounds, but yes, they are pushing themselves for growth. So, yeah, ultimately, I could say what I seek and I look forward into the world is growth and in myself.
One final question for you. Now, you have traveled around, you do business around. Why did you choose Dubai? Was it
Okay,
your marriage or?
so I came to Dubai. I've been coming to Dubai since 1988. That was my first trip because I have a lot of family here. All my dad's siblings moved here in the early 70s
Yeah.
to come and set up their businesses. And I came here, Dubai, in 2004. Okay, first time on a business trip. And from then, I never stopped coming. I was here every 3 months. I've been doing business over here
Okay.
because I find this country, this city, as a land of opportunity, right? With about 180, that was the last I knew in terms of nationalities living over here. Every 10 people you meet, you'll find six different passports on the table,
Yeah.
right? Which very rarely any other city in this world gives you. So, living under the living under the leadership of a visionary like Sheikh Mohammed and Sheikh Hamdan to follow through, we live in a city where the leaders believe in growth, right? And that's why I would love to be here. It's center of the world, 8 hours away from anywhere else. The city per se inspires us to grow on a every single day, daily basis.
And I think as women, there wouldn't be any other city
Safer city than all,
for us.
than
Yeah,
all,
yeah,
at
yeah.
all, at all.
That's something absolutely I admire. Thank you so very much, Mamta. I would love for you to tell them about your LinkedIn profile or an Instagram
Sure
handle.
thing.
So if they would want, we will also put it down in our links so they can get in connected with you. I'm sure there are a lot of people out there who just don't want to do business only in Dubai or only in India and want to explore. And I myself is one of them. So pleasure having you here, and please let them know about the LinkedIn profile.
Thank you so much. My LinkedIn profile is Mamta Keswani, and my Instagram handle is global_Mamta. You'll see you'll see many more social media handles coming out where we can get connected and reach out. Yes, that's one thing I need to work on my social media profiles. And it was a pleasure talking to all of you. Thank you so much, Marina. Thank you,
Thank you.
Procast team, for having me over here and giving me the opportunity to talk and share. Sorry, I didn't make you laugh a lot,
No
right?
worries.
Or no
You gave us a
giggles.
real insights.
So, yes, looking forward to seeing you all soon again.
And guys, if you would like to be the next guest and tell your story, tell your inspiration, doesn't matter. You might feel right now it's a very small thing, but you never know whose world you are changing. I'm out there as a host and I can make you laugh and cry at the same time. So come out there after Mamta and get your story recorded at Procast Studio.